Hey guys, in today's video we are going to talk about how to start an LLC in the state of Louisiana. Here are the 7 steps that we're going to cover in today's video. But if you want a company to do everything for you, we'll leave a timestamp down below and you can scroll ahead to the tutorial that we have for Northwest Registered Agent. We recommend you use a company like Northwest Registered Agent to file your LLC because they're going to make the process super easy, make sure that you are compliant and at a super affordable rate. More about them later in the video. Let's get started here with the 7 steps that you need to starting your LLC in Louisiana. The first thing that you're going to need to do is name your LLC in Louisiana. Louisiana has naming guidelines, so you need to make sure that you are compliant with them. Your LLC must include the words limited liability company or limited company, or the abbreviations LLC or LC. You may not have the following verbiage around limited partnership or limited corporation. It must not be confused with other types of entities like associations and corporations, so you cannot use some of the words here. Also, you cannot have a name that's going to conflict with a government agency like the FBI or CIA. And you must make sure that your name is distinguishable from any other businesses in your state. You just want to make sure that you conduct a name search for your desired LLC name before you file. You also want to make sure that you choose an available URL. So check to make sure that the desired name for your LLC is a domain that you can purchase. The second thing you need to know about filing an LLC in Louisiana is filing an Articles of Organization. Now this is Form 365 on the Louisiana Secretary of State website, and the filing fee for the Articles of Organization is going to cost you $100. We recommend that you submit your document online, but if you would like to mail or walk in, we'll leave the address here for you as well. The next thing you need to do is understand whether your LLC is going to be member managed or manager managed. For most of the people watching this video, you'll probably want to do member managed. That just means that you are going to manage it rather than hiring a manager to do it for you. Step number 3 is creating an operating agreement. Now these are not required in Louisiana, but we highly recommend that you set one of these up. An operating agreement is a legal document that outlines the ownership and operating procedures of an LLC. This ensures that both the owners and the employees understand what to expect from the business. This is going to minimize future conflict. Highly recommend that you set one of these up. Some of the things that an operating agreement usually entails are organization. This is who the members are and when and where the business was created. It will also include managing and voting structure, capital contributors, distributions, and membership changes. It will also have information about dissolution in the unfortunate event that the LLC has to be shut down. Step number 4 is to obtain an EIN. This is also known as your federal tax identification number. This is basically a social security number for your business, and it allows the IRS to keep track of your business's tax status. So this is required by the state that you need to open a bank account and hire employees. And the EIN is provided to you free of charge after you register your LLC. And you can apply online or by mail. This is actually a service that Northwest offers, and we'll talk about it a little bit later, but you can get an EIN through them too. Step number 5 is hiring a registered agent. A registered agent is just a person responsible for sending important documents in that state that the LLC is incorporated in. These important legal documents may include tax forms, lawsuits, and government correspondence. This person must be a full-time resident in the state of Louisiana. This could be yourself, an employee, or as you'll see in a second here, you can hire a registered agent service, which is what we recommend. So let's get right into setting up our LLC using Northwest Registered Agent. We'll leave a link down below in the description. Go ahead and click on that and then we can walk through it together. All right, and now that you've clicked on that link down below, you should see this page here and you can get started creating your LLC for only $39. So let's click Get Started. After you clicked LLC, you want to go down and click your state. So we'll go here and click Louisiana. So now it comes to our filing options. So this is a fee that you're going to have to pay whether you use Northwest or not. So just know that Northwest doesn't get this. If you go do this on your own, you're going to pay this same fee. So it looks like in Louisiana, it's going to cost us $105 to process this. So let's go ahead and click that. Also, something to note down here at the bottom, Northwest will help you file your BOI report. We're going to talk a little bit about that later in the video, but it's basically a new law that started on January 1st, 2024, where you are going to have to file some extra information for your LLC. We'll actually leave this checked because we want Northwest's help in making sure that we're compliant for that, and it's only $9. So let's click Continue. Now we'll name our LLC, so I'll type my information in here. Right now, we're just gonna leave no for sending information to our attorney, and then go ahead and enter your business purpose here. So go ahead and look up on the census.gov website here. It has a link and you can see what the required number is for your industry. Down here at the bottom, we're going to let Northwest do our registered agent process for for us. It's free for the first year. I highly recommend that you use it. So we'll click both the physical and a mailing address for that. Once that's finished, you can click continue. Now we get to this section that we talked about earlier, whether you're member managed or you're manager managed. For me, it's just me and my LLC, so I'm just member managed. I'll go ahead and put my information in here. And then I'm going to use our registered agent address. That's Northwest's registered agent address. If you want to add another member, you can do that here as well, but let's just click continue for now. Okay, now to put in all my contact information here, let's just fill this out quickly. Once you've input all that information, go ahead and click continue. Now it's going to ask you to create an account. We'll put in our email address here and then create password. Next, click continue. Next, it'll bring you to the business identity page. It's free for 90 days if you want to give it a try, so I'll just leave it checked for now. Now it brings you to the optional items page. These are optional add-ons that you can do if you think you need them. So you can get an EIN. Northwest will do that for you. It takes 4 to 6 weeks to complete, but it's an additional $50 if you have a social security number. You can also elect your LLC as an S Corp for an additional $50, and they will set that process up for you as well. You can do mail forwarding, and then they also have a trademark service for $500. I'm going to leave those unchecked for now. Let's just click continue. And then it brings us finally to the payment information page. Go ahead and insert your information here and your credit card. And when you're all finished, you can press done. So for $153, we got the $39 basic package, $105 fee to process our Louisiana LLC, which we would have paid to the state anyway, and then another $9 for them to fill out our BOI report. So it's a pretty great deal, and we really recommend that you check out Northwest to help set up your LLC for you. Step number 6 is making sure that you maintain compliance for your LLC. So compliance with federal, state, and local regulations is going to be very important to operate your LLC. This includes anything from health permits, building permits, restaurant permits, whatever it might be for you, you want to look into that for your specific situation. Very likely your city or state is going to require that you have a business license to operate in their jurisdiction, so just make sure you check into that as well. And these fees will obviously vary based on the type of license that you're applying for. Again, we won't go over this too in depth, but we want to make sure you're applying for any additional licenses that you would need. Be sure to check out the Small Business Association. We'll leave the link here for the Louisiana state website for that. If you're a first-time entrepreneur, we recommend that you get a professional service to help you apply and make sure that you're compliant for all these business licenses that you might need. Another thing that you're going to need to do is file an annual report. This can be done online, and it's going to cost you $30 in the state of Louisiana. This will be due on the last day of the month that you registered your business in. Failure to renew your LLC is going to result in a loss of protection. You want to make sure that you don't do this and incur any fees that would come along with that. And finally, step 7 are the steps that you need to take after forming your LLC. The first point here is going to be opening a business bank account. This is going to keep your personal assets safe from lawsuits. You also might want to get a business credit card. This will help to keep those business expenses separate from your personal ones. It would also be wise to look into hiring an accountant. They are professionals that know how to be compliant with taxes, so they can really help out here. Next is Louisiana state tax filing requirements. We won't go too into depth here, but you may be required to file some of these based on the nature of your business, so just make sure you look into that. There are also federal LLC tax filing requirements as well. Most LLCs are going to be required to report their annual income to the federal government. These forms are the 1065 partnership return for multi-member LLCs, and then the 1040 Schedule C for single-member LLCs. Starting in 2024, there are new reporting requirements for LLCs, which we referenced earlier in the video. It's called the BOI report. BOI stands for Beneficial Ownership Information. We checked the box for Northwest to provide that service for us for $9, but you can also fill out the form online and do it yourself. Let's just go over some basic information on this BOI report. For entities that were created before January 1st, 2024, you do not have to file this BOI report until January 1st, 2025. If your entity was created after January 1st, 2024, you will have 90 days from the date your LLC was created to fill out this BOI report. Very likely, if you're an LLC, you will have to fill out this report. There are some exceptions, and you can go ahead and take a look on the website. The two types of reporting companies are domestic and foreign, so both of these will have to file this BOI report. In addition to that information, the following information will also need to be reported for each company applicant and beneficial owner. Full legal name, birth date, complete address of the individual, an identifying number from a non-expired passport or driver's license, or other approved documents. They will also require an image of this document as well. So this term company applicant is used. Let's define that very quickly. Entities formed after January 1st, 2024 are going to be required to include information about their company applicant. If your entity was created before January 1st, 2024, 2024, you will not need to have this information included for your company applicant. A company applicant is also the individual that is primarily in charge of filing the documents for the LLC. Let's go over quickly some reporting deadlines. Entities registered on or after January 1st, 2025 will have 30 days to submit the BOI report. Another thing to keep in mind here is updating reports. Any changes in information need to be submitted within 30 days of awareness of the incident. Lastly, we'll just briefly cover some filing reports and non-compliance penalties. So starting January 1st, 2024, you can submit this BOI report. Because this report is intended to help crack down on money laundering, there are some hefty fines associated with not complying. Use a platform like Northwest to make sure you're compliant if you don't want to fill out the form yourself. That is everything you need to know about starting your LLC in the state of Louisiana. We'll leave that link down below for Northwest if you're considering starting your LLC. It really helps support the channel and make sure that we can continue providing content like this for free. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe down below. This channel is dedicated to providing entrepreneurs and business owners like yourself with free tutorials like the one you saw today. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.